This condition has been observed more often on vehicles equipped with the concert sound option. The unseated fasteners tend to be those around the speaker grills, where there is more distance between the pad and the door frame. Press firmly on the trim pad around the speakers to seat the Christmas tree-styled fasteners in the frame. A clicking noise heard around the door handle will result if the screw that holds the wood grain trim plate is loose. The rattle is repaired by simply tightening the screw. A tapping noise here at the armrest is most often the result of loose screws in the door pad. Remove the armrest switch plate and fully tighten all of the 10mm screws that help hold the pad tightly to the door. Customers may report a creaking noise coming from the sail panel behind the rear door glass. The noise is produced by this sail panel closeout rubbing against the metal it overlaps. It occurs when this epoxy is left out along the seam. The metal-to-metal rubbing can be eliminated by inserting 3 self-tapping screws evenly spaced along the overlapping edge of the sail panel closeout. Another possible interior rattle may occur at the base of the power-operated passenger seat. The rattle which occurs when the seat is raised to the highest position is caused by contact between the telescoping covers on the seat tracks. A piece of 4mm foam tape can be used to eliminate looseness. Lowering the seat will also help avoid this condition. And that concludes our most commonly reported interior squeak and rattle conditions. Now let's look at some possible exterior noise conditions. Occasionally, a single pop noise is heard from the rear of the car when the engine is accelerated from a stop. This condition occurs only after the engine has warmed to normal operating temperature. Although the pop noise is heard from the rear of the car, it is actually produced by this donut-shaped seal that is used where the front pipe attaches to the engine exhaust manifold. When the engine is accelerated from a stop, the engine torque causes it to roll slightly, and the donut pulls away, then pushes back to contact the exhaust manifold and produce the single pop noise. The noise travels through the exhaust pipe and appears to originate at the rear of the vehicle, making the condition very difficult to diagnose. A slightly modified exhaust seal or donut is now used on production vehicles and is available from CHMSL. The newer design donut features 3 slight ridges on the inside circumference. These ridges provide an interference fit between the seal and the engine exhaust manifold and eliminate the pop condition. Sometimes the park brake cable may rattle against its guides when the car is driven slowly on rough surfaces. Reposition the parking brake cable guides to eliminate any slack that would permit the cable to rattle against them. Another potential underbody noise is a tapping sound that's produced when the car is traveling at low speed on a washboard road surface. In these circumstances, the muffler can vibrate sufficiently side to side so that the hard rubber donut on the travel limiter taps against the bracket. To prevent this noise, attach a soft rubber strip between the bracket and the rubber donut. Our next condition is a creak from the left rear corner that occurs as the vehicle travels down a steep embankment onto a flat surface. The creak is caused by contact between the metal of the rear shelf extension and the left rear quarter panel. The creak occurs as the body is flexed during the transition between a steep grade and level surface. Open the trunk to access the area just below the left deck lid hinge. Use a screwdriver to separate the panels away from each other. Sometimes a screeching or metallic rasping sound may be heard coming from a rear brake. The sound is produced when the brake backing plate contacts the rotating drum. Occasionally, a backing plate is bent slightly by the rear wheel alignment equipment used on the assembly line. The bend occurs here at the 6 to 8 o'clock position on the backing plate. This problem is easily corrected by using a tire iron or a similar pry bar to bend the bottom of the backing plate away from the drum, just enough to provide clearance. Occasionally, a customer may comment that a rattle is heard coming from the area of the rear strut mount, where the strut is bolted to the body. Buick City technicians have successfully eliminated this condition by loosening the strut mount bolts, then driving the car briefly to allow the strut to find its natural position. An itching or popping noise at the rear window is caused by the window lace rubbing against the glass surface. Very carefully lift the lace and spray a silicone lubricant or a solution of dish soap and water to remove friction between the glass and the lace. A squeak will be produced if a deck lid support, sometimes called the swan's neck, contacts the surface of the hinge box as the lid is opened or closed. This condition has been observed to occur on the right side support. If you encounter this situation, carefully adjust the deck lid inner hinge box slightly to eliminate contact with the support. And that concludes the Squeaks and Rattles portion of our program. Next, we'll look at a few conditions that the plant technicians have identified as potential causes of water leaks in LeSabre and Park Avenue trunks. If the nuts that fasten the taillight assembly to the body are loose, they can cause a small gap that allows water to enter the trunk. To remedy this situation, tighten the nuts so as to eliminate any gapping. Any skip or void in the upper or lower gutter sealer material used on Park Avenue may also cause water to leak into the trunk. Check carefully. Voids are often difficult to detect because the sealer is painted the same color as the car body. Cover any holes or skips with a clear colored sealer. Water may also enter the trunk if the weather strip is not fully seated around the flange. Push the seal firmly into place. A leak may also occur at the center high-mounted stop lamp or CHMSL. Check to see if any of the wires running to the CHMSL are pinched in the rear window lace. And finally, if the antenna jam nut is not properly tightened, water can intrude between the mast and the antenna bezel. This condition is easily corrected by simply tightening the antenna nut. As you've seen, the repairs we've looked at are relatively simple procedures. The trick, of course, is in identifying the source of the noise problem. I hope that this program will help you to more easily diagnose these conditions and save you time. We'll shortly be bringing you a Buick know-how dealing with similar concerns on Riviera models. Till the next know-how, good luck.